Hi guys, how are you? Good morning. Thought I would give you a live workout again as part of the home boot camp program, and I'm just giving you a peek into that as to how that works. So that's a monthly subscription, and we do 2 workouts live a week. So what I want to do, and they're recorded, so you get a virtual library as well, so everything's saved. You can go back and do it on your own when you're ready if you're busy at work. But of course the best part is the accountability. So you've got access to me, you've got questions, you can message me, you can get some help with the accountability that you might be needing and required to changing shape, changing habits, that kind of thing. So we're starting a little habit here. So I'm going to give you a couple of, probably a bit of a longer workout today, but you just need your floor, a mat or a floor. I probably should have given you a heads up about that. So we're just going to go through some stretching first and some strength. And if you haven't done Pilates before, it's strong. That's the best word I can describe it. It's still strong. It's using your whole body. It's actually quite brilliant. And we can add bands, add strength to it to improve it as well. But body weight is a really hard thing to work with. So even though it sounds like it might be easy, it's not easy. So just so you know, right, we are going to be doing some strength work, as well as a bit of a mixture of stretching and core. So I'm going to start off with something really basic to start with. And all I want you to do, I don't know if you can see me, I'm just going to try and fit into the screen here, is just some cat stretches to start with. So loosening up your back, just looking under, looking at your belly button, you're rounding out. So we're just going to start with some basic cat stretches. I'm hoping you can see me properly on the mat. Especially when I lengthen out, I'll give it my best shot. So I can see that people are jumping on. Hi. If you have any questions though, you'll need to pop them in so that I can get them later. I'm not paying attention. So looking up at the sky. So in yoga they call this cat-cow. I just call it a cat stretch. So you're looking at your belly button and you're looking at the sky, so you're raising through your back, yeah? Beautiful. All right, so next progression to that, we're going to slide out and slide back in. Now if that's too hard on the balance, because I'm sure it might be, keep one toe down and just try lifting one arm first. If you've got that and you feel quite balanced, then slide that toe in, slide that toe out. Right, and if it's all too much, it's okay to hold and no sliding. You can even lift. If you've got that under control, you can actually do both. Right, you can slide that in, slide that out. So we'll do 10, 3, I'll count that, 4, 5, so it's not easy, like I said. So like I said, if that's too hard, just hold for the count of 10. Or keep the toe down even, right? So we can still modify. You're still getting a lot of strength work through the upper body and the core. Oh no, I'll say that's 10. I've already lost count. We'll do a couple more. While I was talking, you've probably already done 12. All right, let's try the other side. One side will always be a little bit worse than the other. So what I want you to do, just again, try it first. Keep the toe down if you want, lifting one arm. If you've got that under control, you can slide it in, slide it out. So it's up to you. If you've got that completely under control, you can lift that leg. I might have to move on an angle, I think. I'm hitting the couch. That's it. So how's your day going so far? I hope it's going well. I did another live workout on Saturday. If you haven't seen that one, it's in the group as well. There will be a special group for the paid members that are going to subscribe. I might turn this phone a little bit. That are going to subscribe to the monthly subscription and get the workouts. You'll have your own group. It won't be, this is just a sample pretty much of what we're going to be doing. All right, so once you've got that under control, we've done that as well, right? So you've got that, oh, that's the same side, same arm. That's tricky, isn't it? Made a mistake. All right, so you finished that one? Okay. So while we're in this position, unless your knees are killing you, you can always put a cushion under your knees if they're annoying you. I want you to take one leg out, I want you to cross it over behind you and then out again. Behind, then out. I'll have to perfect this, won't I, so you can see more. So over behind you and out. So you're actually just toe tapping, lifting the glutes, working the bum. Try not to over lean, so you're not leaning too much on this side. Keep it straight. And use like 10 toe taps, but you're working across your body, across your glutes. So it's quite a different, like more abduction, more inside of the leg as well. All right, and the other side. Behind, over. 2, 3, 4. In a minute we're going to go on our back. 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, you're working across the glutes, or across the back, lower bum, you're using your glutes as you work across. And 10. All right, have a nice stretch. Take the weight off the shoulders and the neck and the knees into a child's pose. All right, if you find that you just have too much tension in the shoulders, one of the best things you can do for your shoulders and tension and neck is just circles and shrugging. So if you're at your desk and you feel that you've just too much tension in your neck and you're getting sore neck, sore shoulders, just do some shrugs anytime you think of it, yeah? All right. Okay, one thing I will do while we're in this position is we're going to take a little bit of tummy work back. We're going to roll back like that. So all you're doing is putting a little bit of a stretch through the front, and when you pull through, you'll feel that. You'll be pulling through, and everything pulls together like a corset, and that's what we want. So that's why crunches aren't as good, because the crunches work the top layer. When we're working our back and our tummy together properly, our whole core, there are a lot of muscles that go underneath that, go around, attach to the back, attach to the front. That's what we're working. So you'll feel that pulling through, yeah? So it's a really nice little stretch. All right. All right, so lying down on we can hop off our knees, thankfully. I don't think my knees like that very much. In fact, why don't we have a little bit of a stretch while we're waiting? This is just for opening out our hips. This is more of a yoga, but I still love it. It's one of my favorites. So you're just rocking. You can sit on a pillow too, if this is easier for the hips to bring yourself up higher. And again, don't worry if you can't, I can't touch the ground, so I'm just trying to loosen that up as well. There's no rules on how it's supposed to be, as long as you can feel the stretch. And that's the same with most things that we do. All right, so we roll down, we're going to do some tummy work. Okay, legs a bit of a rest. So rolling down, this is again they're all my favourites. I was going to say one of my favourites, they're all my favourites. All right, so what I want you to do here though, is think about the vertebrae as a string of pearls. So as we lift and as we come back down, the vertebrae just roll down. Does that make sense? So you're not lifting it all at once, you're actually rolling it up, rolling it back, right? That's the difference. So what I want you to do here is we're going to take our arms, at the same time we're going to stretch and roll up and bring the arms right over. Now as we come down, the top of the vertebrae is going to roll down like that string of pearls. So we're rolling back down one at a time, and then the pelvis is the last to hit the ground. So same again, so we're bringing that, curling it up, going over, and then back down. So this way you're not dragging or hurting yourself lifting. You're actually engaging your core, engaging your back, all of the muscles, as well as your spine. Rolling it back down. Yep. So if you are really stiff in the back, this is so great for that. Just to loosen up all those muscles and the joints, and then rolling back down. Okay. This time we are going to just lift, right? So we're going to take our bum up and lift and come back down. If you're uncomfortable for some reason, you can pop your hands under your buttocks and your feet are directly under your knees. So you're not trying to lift from out here because that would be very uncomfortable. Bring the feet under and you're just lifting up. You've got 10 lifts. Like I said, if for some reason your tailbone doesn't like the floor or you've got a sore lower back, just pop your hands under your butt. Right, so you've got 10 lifts. Again, we're in a nice straight line. We're not trying to lift too high. And it's a good idea if you haven't had a coffee yet, because I've had a tea and I can, yeah, it's not so nice. All right, so you've got 10 of those. So you're lifting through. All right, just to make it a little bit harder now. So we're working through that lower back, through the hips. Yeah, beautiful. Now let's have a little stretch. So you're going to just curl up into a little ball, stretching your lower back. This is another good one if you're tight. Okay. Now, you can support your neck. If you can't do that, that's okay. Drop your neck completely. Otherwise, we're going to hold it. The trick with the neck is you're looking up. When we start looking forward, we're cranking our neck forward. It's not natural, right? It's not in alignment. So if we do lift, we lift the shoulders off the ground, head straight up, and then we don't have to have that crankiness. Now I want you to imagine drawing your belly button to the spine. So it's like a string is pulling that through, right? Pulling that down. We're in this position. Now what we're going to do is just tap down without letting this pop up. Tap down without letting that pop up. Now again, if your head's too heavy, too many brains in there, just let it go. Let the neck down. The main thing is keeping this controlled and the core turned on. Yeah. If that's too easy, you can take it out further, right? So it's totally up to you what you can manage. The great thing with Pilates or any kind of core is just start where you are and you will see the difference and you will get stronger. And if you've got any ideas of what you'd like me to work on or what sort of workouts you love, let me know, because pretty much I can do anything. Anything, boxing, Pilates, tubby, core, strength, you name it, we can do it. All right. So, okay, have a little rest from that. Did you like that? That's a tough one, right? That's quite a tough one to do. All right. So what we might do now, I don't advise double lower. So if you were going to, or you have done in the past, try to do a double lower like that. It's very difficult on the lower back. It's almost unnecessary, I believe. Very difficult on the lower back, but also unless you can engage that core correctly, it's going to be really difficult to do. Now this is a really good one. Typically I do it with a band. So what we're going to do is just circles. Just circles. Again, we're drawing that belly button to the spine. Now it's up to you how much control you have, right? So you can start off with just small circles. We'll do, say, 10 one direction and 10 the other direction. Now, for me, one hip is a lot weaker than the other, so I don't overdo it. I just work within my means of what one hip can do compared to the other. But like I said, if you can do, so what typically this looks like is a letter D. So coming around, the straight part, then coming around, straight palm. Does that make sense? So, but you don't have to take it that far. And like I said, if you've got a TheraBand, it's wonderful because you can help control the guiding of where it goes. Otherwise, just don't go so far. All right, we're drawing the belly button to the spine still. It kind of naturally does that anyway as you're working. So if you've had enough of that one and your leg is killing you, again, you can try the other way. So it's actually going the other way with your letter D. So you've got two directions. You've got down, around and up, down, around and up, or you've got the other way, so around and up. If that makes sense. All right, so have a little bit of a stretch on that one because that's quite intense. You can curl up into those stretches or just stretch like that. Yeah? All right. So how about we try that on this leg as well. I bend my leg up to support my lower back, by the way, if you're wondering. So with this, again, we can do little circles. Try and keep that tummy strong. Reason being is so we don't do this, so we don't tip trying to get out there, right? So I want you to stay strong and straight. So small, small, small. And you can take that bigger, right, as you feel more confident. So this isn't my good side, this is my crappy hip. So on that side, I probably won't be able to do as much, and it certainly clicks. Clicking's okay. I figured clicking's okay. It's better than not doing something, right? So if you're worried about noises, cranking, grinding, if it's not hurting you, and you don't have an injury and you have to avoid things, sometimes that is a better alternative than seizing up. Use it or lose it is really true. All right. And then we can try the other way. Again, you can go the other way with small circles, or you can try taking that down and around. I don't know if I just did that way. And around. I think I might have around and up, because one way is harder for me than the other, obviously. It must be the other way. Down and around. So it's hard to remember, but you know, you get the gist. Right, down, so letter D. Right, and then have a bit of a stretch on that leg. All right. Now we're just going to finish up with some tummy. Not that we haven't done a lot of tummy, but we have. But what I want you to do is just a really nice one. So what you do is just rolling back, rolling up, sitting up. Rolling back, sitting up. Again, perfect if you've got a band, because you can go further. But also when we're stronger, if you've done Pilates before, the roll down is all the way and then all the way up, right? But this is sufficient. You can just take it to where you're comfortable, and that is fine. All right, this is one other one. So what we're going to do is stretch behind and come back. Stretch behind and come back. So again, tummy and back. But we're also engaging our obliques, our side muscles. So we're working here as well. So Pilates is so good because, like I said, it is very strong. It's not easy to do, but you get a great body and you get great fitness from it. But everyone could do it. Like it's easy enough to do, and you can do it at home. It's such a good thing to do. So I might make my Wednesday morning boot camp, home boot camp, yoga or Pilates, I think, just to give us that balance between weights and body weight and strength. All right. And last one. All right. So how about we have a beautiful stretch now? I don't know how you found that. I'd love to hear your feedback of what you thought, if I went too fast, whether it was too hard. Yeah, I'd love to know what you thought about that. So we'll just do a bit of a hamstring stretch while we're waiting. While we're finishing up. I'll finish up stretching you. Yeah, always love to hear. Now, bringing that leg over. And then what happens is you just give yourself a hug. You can twist or not twist. I prefer to twist around. It works in here. It probably works out to be about a 15-minute workout, I think. We'll find. And I put these videos on my YouTube channel for the members, so they can always go back to that channel and always go through the workouts as they wish. But I think the best bit has to be accountability, because that's the hard bit, right? If everyone agrees with that, that's the bit that showing up. Showing up is the hard part. So looking down at our belly button again, and then looking over. So working through the hips and our tummy. We'll do one more, and then we'll have a child's pose, stretch right through again. All right, so opening out the hips this time and stretching through the child's pose. All right. We didn't didn't do a lot of back work. Maybe next time I'll put more back work into it. But let me know what you think about that. We'll stretch through our hips as well, hip flexors, especially if you've got a job where you're sitting all day. These muscles are the tightest. They cause the most trouble as far as our glutes and all of it. That pulls our hips out of whack. So if these muscles have been overused and not stretched enough, then they can cause all sorts of trouble. Yeah. So let me know what you think about, well, if you think these workouts will work, as in you know, it helps you show up, it helps you be accountable, because I'd love to know that it's helpful, and yeah, that you like it, or there's something else you want to work on. All right, so just arms. And what we're going to slowly come up, by the way, slowly. There's no real elegant way, but we'll slowly try and do it slowly with that idea of rolling up with the beads, you know, with our spine. So gradually rolling through. Obviously the goal is to get fitter, right? We want to get fitter, we want to be youthful, we want to move well, we want to be strong and confident, and fit our clothes well and wear that whatever we like. And that's probably the goal. So if there's a reason why you would like to get fit, let me know that too. All right, and stretching over. Not to mention, it just feels good to stretch, doesn't it? Rolling down. You can soften the knees. You don't have to have straight legs, and then roll back up again. Is our last one. Go up again, stretching up. Right, over, bending over, soften the knees, coming down. And then we go to roll all the way up. There we go. Beautiful. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope that was okay, and I hope that I didn't rush you and it wasn't too fast and that you could manage those exercises. Let me know if you had any trouble or struggles with it and what you thought of it. All right. See you guys. Bye. And remember, yes, let me know if you want to subscribe, because I'm going to be running, I'll probably run 2 or 3 a week that you can join in. Like I said, they're recorded anyway, so you can go into the channel or the Facebook group and redo them anytime you like. But clearly, it's more about the communication, messaging me, talking to me, showing up so that we can do this live. And if there's anyone that wants to do like a private session, I do that with Zoom so that we can do it together at the same time, communicate together at the same time, where obviously with Facebook I'm not communicating, I can't hear what you're saying. So so that's another option, is the Zoom one-on-one, where I can actually work with you one-to-one and talk to you about how you're going and recorrect you, because I can't see what you're doing. So I hope that you did all right, and I hope that all made sense. All right, guys, I'll talk soon. Bye.